As the 4th-seeded New York Knicks have fallen down 3-1 against the 5th-seeded Atlanta Hawks in the first round of the 2021 NBA playoffs, it is fair to say that the playoffs have once again given us their annual reminder that star power is what drives playoff success in the NBA. After all, absent a bona fide star who can consistently create his own shot and make plays for others off the dribble, the Knicks simply haven't been able to match the offensive prowess that third-year man Trae Young, already an established offensive juggernaut in the NBA at just 22 years old, has brought to the table. Sure, Julius Randle had a career year, making his first ever All-Star team and leading the Knicks to their first playoff appearance since the 2012-2013 NBA season. Yet as the playoffs have unfolded and Randle has shot a mere 27.4% from the field, he seems to be closer to a solid number 2 or 3 option rather than a perennial All-Star that can lead a team deep into the playoffs. In fact, due to Randle's inability to create consistent offense in the playoffs, the Knicks have been forced to place the reins of their offense in the hands of former MVP Derrick Rose, who while still shows flashes of his MVP talent and has no doubt been an amazing pickup for the team as a whole and one of the greatest comeback stories in NBA history, is still an aging former star who has been riddled with injuries throughout his career. Thus, the Knicks are once again serving as a reminder that NBA teams can find immense success in the regular season through consistent hard play and developing a strong team identity, but need real star power to make deep playoff runs and win championships. Take the 2014-2015 Atlanta Hawks, for example. The Hawks were incredible throughout the regular season, going an impressive 60-22 and earning the first seed in the Eastern Conference. For most of the season, they were the story of the NBA, as their team lapped the league with 4 of their players making the All-Star team in Jeff Teague, Paul Millsap, Kyle Korver, and Al Horford. Yet with this marking both Korver and Teague's first and only All-Star appearance, and Millsap and Horford, though both great players, never considered to be superstars by any means, the playoffs proved to be a slightly different story. To their credit, through great coaching by Mike Budenholzer and great team basketball, the Hawks were able to grind their way through their first couple of playoff opponents, but when they matched up with the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals, it became clear just how much of a difference true superstars make in the NBA playoffs. Led by perennial All-Stars LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, the Cavs steamrolled the Hawks in 4 games, marking the first time a number 1 seed got swept in the playoffs since 2003. In similar fashion, the 2016-2017 Boston Celtics had an amazing regular season, going 53-29 and ending the season sitting atop the Eastern Conference. Yet similar to this current version of the New York Knicks led by Julius Randle, the Celtics' entire offense was centered around the breakout season of undersized guard Isaiah Thomas, who, while was undoubtedly one of the NBA's most inspiring stories, lacked the size and athleticism to compete with the NBA's top-tier talent on both sides of the floor in the playoffs. This lack of true star power became quite clear in their Eastern Conference Finals matchup with LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, as the Cavs gentlemen swept the Celtics 4-1. Finally, consider the 2017-2018 Toronto Raptors. The Raptors finished the season with a whopping 59 wins and as the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. They were led by DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, both all-star caliber players, but players who never seemed to break into that next tier of superstardom and make major noise in the playoffs. But this Raptors team seemed different. Their roster was one of the deepest in the conference, and their commitment to a pass-first offense was at times almost impossible to defend. Yet in the second round of the playoffs against only LeBron James and an extremely weak Cleveland Cavaliers team, Toronto's overall talent advantage became irrelevant as the Raptors' lack of a true superstar showed and they were swept in a measly quick 4 games. Now granted, like is true with any statement in sports, the importance of star power in the NBA playoffs has one major exception, as the 2007 Detroit Pistons were able to capture an NBA championship with a cast of extremely great players like Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, etc., but absent what most would consider a true superstar. However, this Pistons team, led by a historic defense and a unique level of team chemistry, was a clear anomaly, as they're the only team in the last 30 plus years to win an NBA championship absent a clear-cut superstar. Thus, with the New York Knicks on the precipice of falling to the lower-seeded Atlanta Hawks due to their inability to match the star power put forth by Trae Young, we have once again been reminded that come playoff time in the NBA, it is star power that really makes a difference.